Toot toot.
Toot toot, everybody.
Toot toot.
Welcome to Big Howell and Possum. Back at you for another week. It's Wednesday, it's 10 p.m. It's time to get drunk here in front of the fire and talk about things old and new.
Old and new.
We're gonna play a little more Battleship. We are going to read you the news and talk about a bit about current events. What else are we gonna do tonight? Oh, we're gonna debate whether or not dancing should be allowed.
Yes.
It's a timeless question. Question a lot of people have been writing in and asking me about my opinions on whether or not people should be allowed to dance. I know Mr. Possum here has some feelings on that. Once again, I am Big Howell. This is my partner in crime, Mr. Possum.
Pleased to be your acquaintance.
Yeah.
Does that sound fancy?
That sounds pretty fancy. Yeah.
Toot toot. Tally ho.
Toot toot and tally ho and a rang dong to all our good pals out there tonight, this evening. Hope you're having a wonderful hump day. Go ahead and give us a toot toot over here in the chat. We'll be keeping our eye on that chat. We'll be paying attention to what you're saying to us and hollering at us. And we'll be answering your questions as this goes along. Mr. Possum, how's your time here on Earth been this last week?
My time here on Earth has been thankfully uneventful.
Sure.
I've been cowering in my little box.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's been hot, you know.
Yeah. Got to stay inside that little box.
Yeah.
Keep yourself from getting too hot in the sun. Do you find your body temperature raises the temperature of the box a bit?
Oh, God, I hate that old box.
Okay, so you probably have to, hop out of it every now and again. Otherwise, you're just cooking in a box. Otherwise, you're just a frozen pizza at that point, right?
Right. With all the trimmings. I'm kind of a supreme pizza.
You are.
Yeah.
You have all the different, you have pretty much every different type of topping is littered on you at any given point.
I'm heavy with it.
Yeah.
You ever pick up a Works, like a pizza with everything on it?
Oh, the Works, yeah.
And the slice is heavy with topping child.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy with child.
Let's see. Are we getting picked up in the microphone? Can you hear us, folks? Hey, check 1 2. I think we're good.
What do you guys? I'm heavy with child.
Mr. Possum, you're pregnant?
With topping child,
Oh, sure. Yeah. Sort of like, my wife has a little baby in her belly whenever she eats a lot of spaghetti.
Right.
Little spaghetti baby.
Spaghetti baby.
Yep.
Noodles and all. It's an old Frank Sinatra song.
Sing that one more time for me.
Spaghetti baby. Noodles and all.
That's it. Yeah.
You're
I remember that one.
Saucy little boy. Saucy little baby. With a meatball in your eye.
Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Yes, sir.
We got a new set.
Look at it. What do you think of this?
Now, folks, lately we have been broadcasting from the Nevada desert, but we've been taking a green screen out there and shooting in the Nevada desert against a green screen with a painting of the Nevada desert behind us. That's impractical for a lot of reasons. So we just decided, I mentioned recently to Mr. Possum that I have a void with a fireplace in front of it in my basement. And we just decided to film down here instead. He said, why not just shoot in front of the void where your fireplace is?
Right, I mean, you got a void.
Yeah.
Let's fill it with
big empty void.
With life.
Yeah. Well, it's the safest place to have a fireplace is against an empty void.
Yes, because nothing will catch fire.
Right.
Know.
Yeah.
And if it does, so long, void. You was scary anyways.
Sure. So you can see we have a lovely fire going in the fireplace. We have of course the moon right here behind us, shining down into the void, hitting our eyes like a big pizza pie.
Mamma mia.
Yeah. Well, a lot of food talk.
We ate some Popeye's chicken tonight.
We had some Popeye's chicken. Thank you very much, Popeye's, for that delicious chicken. So, Casual Johnable. I should say no until you. Oh, okay. He was responding to, "Can you hear us in the mic?" There you go, buddy. How's that for you? Here's a couple snaps for you in the microphone, Casual Johnable. All right, Hey, Johnable, where are you tooting from this week? Where are you heading? Are you out at the? What's going on lately? What happens in these parts around September time? You in a beer garden,
there you
drinking
go.
Drinking a Blue Moon beer with an orange slice in it. Are you just sitting at your rig, watching YouTube videos?
A rig?
Yeah, your rig.
What's a rig, Big Al?
It's a posting station.
Oh, like a cockpit.
Yeah, well, it looks like a cockpit. A lot of people's rigs looks like a cockpit where they watch their YouTubes and they watch their and they post and stuff.
Sit down.
Do some of their photo editing, make their memes.
Got
to have a rig to make those memes, folks. All right. So Casual Johnable is out in the wilds near Fort Knox. Fort Knox, pretty fancy. A lot of gold out there. In a rig watching YouTube videos. Yep. So he's got his little Fort Knox rig. It probably looks like a tank.
Think so?
Yeah, he's probably got one because they got tons of tanks out there.
Well,
Fort Knox.
Johnable, tanks for nothing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You said it, man. You said it. You got it.
Tanks for the last.
Got him. All right. So what should we do? Should we try another round of this here battleship?
Yeah, let's get back into it. Then.
Now, what's our status here? I notice here that I have sunk I've sunk two of your ships, have I not?
No, you've sunk one ship and you've caught the other one mostly on fire.
Okay. So I lost a peg from my upper portion where it tells me what I've hit. I lost a red peg, and I do not know if it came from the whatever the thing you got in the first 4 rows of D, or whether it's the thing you got on the column of 8. This is fascinating television, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I do not know.
We gotta settle this out, though.
Yeah, we got to figure this out. So what am I missing?
Put red peg.
Oh, I know where the red peg. I know where the red peg goes now. Yeah. Will you turn that just a little bit away from me so I can't see it? I swear I did not. I swear I did not peek, except to see that one peg is going there in your battleship, your 4-hole battleship. I'm gonna let you go first this week.
Okay, let's see. About 8,
And
9.
if you have any suggestions for where we should fire our little torpedoes at, just hit us up. A9. A9 is a miss, my friend. I'm gonna go with C8.
Well, you've struck me.
I had a feeling.
There's quite the fire. So there's one guy that's running around with his pants on fire.
Oh, yeah?
His pants.
What is he a member of Congress?
Oh my God!
You like that?
Oh, piping hot.
Yeah. A little political satire. No offense to anybody who works in Congress. I didn't mean that.
That's piping hot.
You guys are doing a great job, and you're all very smart, and you got to be very smart to get to that position. And it's a difficult job, and you don't deserve to be made fun of all the time. But let's see.
I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
Let me take another swing at your ships.
Yeah, do that.
How about B10?
B10. Ooh! Oof! B10 is a hit.
Oh.
Boof.
You
got me.
Is anybody hurt?
You got me. Look at that, folks. You just got me. And yes, people are hurt. People are dying. They're screaming. They're crying.
I told him not to fuck with me. Didn't I tell him?
You did tell him.
I said, don't you take me to war at sea.
You said, You said young soldier boy. Tell him I'm going to blow you up at sea.
I told him that.
That's what you said.
Practically verbatim. I said, you do not want to see me at war in the sea.
Yep. All right. Well, in a little bit we're gonna check in. We got another special feature on the show that we've just developed. It's called we're gonna find out what the dogs are up to. We've got a dog cam. We got a couple dogs that are more charming and funnier than us, and we're gonna check in on them and see what they're up to.
That sounds tight.
Doesn't that sound good? We're gonna do that at a few choice spots throughout the evening. Cut away to those things.
Things?
To those two things. Those two dogs.
You think they're just inanimate puppets?
Yeah, I do.
You think dogs aren't really alive or don't have souls?
Do dogs have souls? If you think dogs have a soul, give us a toot-toot over here in the chat. I'm inclined to think a dog just kind of lives a little while like a bug and then turns back to dust. That's what I'm inclined to think.
Dang.
I mean, they're cute.
They're
cute, don't get me wrong.
It does beg the question.
Does it beg it?
Do you think that I have a soul?
No.
If a dog is a... What? I was getting ready to go into a whole thing. You don't think I've got a soul?
No, man. No, you're a possum. What are you talking about?
You think I live like a bug and then I'm just gone?
Yeah. You're like a bug. I mean, you're smarter than a bug. Give yourself some credit. But as far as souls or like, I don't know, shot at eternity, or whether there's like a, any kind of deity looking down, smiling upon you, thinking it's that you're like a proud part of its creation, that it has a personal relationship with. No, you're a possum.
That's troubling.
I hate to break it. If you've never thought about that, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but it's the truth.
That's very troubling.
You're a wild animal. Yeah, I mean it's.
I think that we'll be revisiting how much this upsets me throughout the night.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I mean, I would suggest, if you want to do something about it. Do you want to do something about it?
I want to do something about your dang viewpoint.
I'm just saying, something you could do about this is you could build a robot, put your brain in it, and have the robot live forever. And there you got yourself eternal life. And I mean, that's essentially like having a soul.
What the hell?
If you just hook your brain up to like a jar of vinegar or something and stick it in a robot, that's the closest you're gonna get to having a soul.
So as long as it's shaped like a human, it has a soul, right? So you're assuming this robot is not a possum bot; it's like a
no. It could be a possum
robot.
bot. I'm just saying, it doesn't die. Doesn't just turn into like a smelly old pile of dust.
Well, what about you? Do you have a soul? Don't you just turn into old ashy meat?
I turn into ashy meat, of course, but then my soul is carried onward into the afterlife, and I will join my fellow warriors in the hallowed halls of Valhalla. We'll prepare for Ragnarok.
Oh, so you think just because you're one of them special monkeys that you get to go to heaven?
That is exactly what I think. That's my exact philosophy. I'm a special monkey who gets to go to heaven.
Well, it's a shame I'm not a special monkey and don't get to live forever.
I agree with you. I agree that that's a shame. But, we play the hand we're dealt.
Well, I say go fish. How about give me another one? Give me another body.
That's long been the struggle of the wild animal. Is that, that's why... Now, let me tell you a little bit about my personal belief about the creation of the world and everything. I think the reason why animals consume other animals and capture them and eat them with their mouths is because they're looking for a different shape to take. They want to consume and become the other animals. I think that's why the instinct is there. It's because they say, this vessel sucks. I want to be in that vessel. It's faster. It's bigger.
It always does.
Oop. Reconnection successful.
Hey, Big Al.
Hang on 1 second. Dogs or bugs? Toot toot from Casual Johnable. So would this mean Possum could not turn into a ghost? That's a great question. God, that's a great question. and that is interesting. Could something without a soul, could a wild, sort of inanimate thing like you turn into a ghost? What do you think? Do you think you could turn into a ghost?
Well, I think that you admit that I've got something resembling a soul, but you say it doesn't go to Ragnarok or whatever kind of eternal thing you have. So it seems like I'm trapped here as a ghost. I think I have to be a ghost. I think I have no choice.
Right, but what I'm saying is you don't have the... Why is it doing that?
I don't know.
Is something wrong with your internet?
No.
Okay.
It's your void.
No, we're in my void.
Internet's weird in the void, guys.
Yeah. Okay. All right, folks. Sorry about these disconnects. They're a shame.
Probably just shows up as a little thing in the...
You know what? There is one consideration I did not take into account when we started discussing whether or not you have a soul. And that is the fact that you have been to the Cenobite labyrinth. And you brought yourself back here. You slowly sucked your way back to life.
You insist on putting it that way. Every time.
I remember the story of how you eagerly and hungrily and slowly sucked your way back to life over the course of many, many months.
Yes.
Bring yourself back from the Cenobite universe, from the Centerbite. That's what we cowboys call them, the old Centerbites of the range. And when you sucked your way back, you must have been sucking something back. So there must be a soul there. So I think maybe you specifically have a soul, because maybe like the Cenobites gave it to you. Maybe it's like a Cenobite soul. But well, I'm very agnostic on the idea that possums in general have souls.
Well, I will prove it by haunting you as hard as I can. I mean, I'm going to bother you. I'm going to have chains. I'm going to have warnings and all sorts of omens.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. We got Michael over here in the chat. He says, oh my, and hello, and oh my, and toot toot to you, Michael. Where are you tooting from? It's good to have you here. Casual Johnable asks about the talking fish. I think he means the living fish.
Yes, the living fish.
Now,
what you want to know about the living fish?
The living fish is certainly a special case. As far as whether the living fish has a soul, because the living fish has been taken out of its natural habitat, nailed to a board, stuck on a wall, and yet it still talks, and yet it still pines for its beloved Emla. And I think that the fact that it does that tells me that it is a special case. That fish is, that's why we call it the living fish. That's why we praise the living fish.
I think that you're full of shit.
Wow. This is off to a rigorous start. I wonder how the debate's going to go tonight.
I don't know. I'm feeling salty.
You're already so salty.
I'm feeling salty.
My word.
I got to say, you're taking my soul away. You're worse than a daggone Centerbite. Won't even, at least the Centerbite let me have a soul. They made it unpleasant.
Right.
But I could live.
Mm-hmm.
Shit my pants.
What about G8? What about G8, old friend?
You have fired a missile and it is flown right by my ship.
Okay, so I missed.
Striking nothing.
Hitting the water.
Sploosh.
Yep. Splish splash. Turlet bath.
How about B9?
B9. B9 is a miss. Big old miss.
You're a miss.
Now, if you guys, would you guys like this more if you could like see the battleship boards as we're playing? That seems like an oversight.
Too bad. I had to
They were playing sort of mystery battleship.
See, it's real.
Let me just grab that shot right there. Just stick that up over here. Michael, how you doing?
I find this new set pleasing, don't you?
I find it very calming. I find much less need to be entertaining. That's great. I'm a big fan of that. I love that we keep losing our signal. That's great. No, the Void's great. The new set's great. Let's see here. You did B9. I am going to try for B8. B8.
B8. And you have sunk one of my crafts.
I've sunk a craft, folks.
I believe it's a cruiser.
All right, John Bull raises a good question. He says, do you think the center bites are siphoning your Wi-Fi? And I think that's possible. I think that's very possible.
I mean, it seems like something they do.
We're actually very close to them when we sit by the Void. So, I mean, all they would have to do is throw one or two chains through this here Void, rip us to bits, and take our Wi-Fi, get the password off the fridge.
I'm trying to hack into your Wi-Fi and see if there's a problem, and I don't see
You're doing a little hacking over there?
I got nothing.
Well, you can't hack into the Wi-Fi on the Battleship board, just so you know. That's not an actual computer. Just because it flips up and it looks like a laptop. To be fair to Possum, this does look like a laptop, but you cannot access the Wi-Fi, nor can you hack into the system or the mainframe, as you might have heard in your if you're watching Sneakers or whatever.
It's got numbers and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Sounds awful technical, you know.
Yeah, well, it is technical. It's extremely technical. Hey, Mr. Possum.
Hey, Big Al.
I heard you went to the bakery this week.
I sure did. I surely did.
How was it?
Terrible.
Oh, you had a terrible time at the bakery?
Of course.
It's weird how you always have a terrible time.
No, they didn't have nothing.
They didn't have... What do you mean they didn't have nothing? At the bakery?
Well, look. I walk in and there's Baker Bob behind the counter as he is, you know.
Yeah, Baker Bob.
And I say, "Good day, Baker Bob." And he replies, "No, it's not."
Just says no.
He says, "No, it's not."
You know, boy.
I'm just trying to do a generic greeting. Everywhere I go, people got to dump their crap on me.
Right. Does seem that way.
Seems like I'm an emotional turlet. You know what I'm saying?
Too true.
You know?
Too true. So you're in more of the ways than one. You're an emotional toilet.
I'm starting to dread it.
Yeah.
So I say, "What's wrong, Baker Bob?" You know, just being polite and all.
Right.
And he says, "My wife left me."
Again?
Yeah.
Baker Bob's wife left him again.
Right. I mean, she's always running off, Big Al. Always. Anytime the circus comes to town or there's a Tesla concert.
Right.
You know.
True. That is true.
There she goes. There goes Baker Bob's wife.
Bye-bye, Baker Bob's wife.
But I had to be polite. I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Baker Bob. I'm sure she'll be back. I'm sure of it."
You think she'll be back?
No.
Right.
But you got to say it.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
That's the pleasantries that are underway I got going here. So I say, "Baker Bob, I would like a dozen of your famous custard tarts."
Oh, those are so good.
Oh, my God.
Baker Bob's custard tarts. Love them.
So then Baker Bob says, "I do not have any custard tarts." And I see his lower lip start to quiver just a little bit, like he's going to cry. You know? And he says, "My wife always makes custard tarts." Now he's crying. He just lets loose.
His wife makes the custard tarts. Baker Bob doesn't know how to make them.
I don't get it, you know. It's disgusting, their little setup. So I say, "All right, okay, sorry. Well, in that case, I'll take a dozen of your famous chocolate eclairs."
Those are good. The chocolate eclairs. I love those.
So he looks at me and his face scrunches up all gross and ugly. And he goes, "My wife makes the eclairs too." And he starts crying even harder.
Again, wow. Wife makes the chocolate eclairs, too.
She's a load-bearing wall, buddy. I mean, what's Baker Bob even doing is what starts to
that's a
make
good
you
question.
think.
Good question.
So I say, look, okay, just calm down. I'll just take a dozen donuts. I'll make it simple for you.
Oh, no. Here we go.
Baker Bob puts his head down on the counter and starts weeping. I mean, full-on weeping.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, does your wife make the donuts too, Baker Bob? Jesus. And he's sobbing and blubbering, and he goes, mm-hmm. And I'm just like, well, crap. You know?
And then what'd you say?
So I'm like, all right, Baker Bob, why don't I just ask you what you do make, what you do, and I'll save us a little time and order that, you know? And he says, well, I've always made the breads, Mr. Possum, just the breads.
Oh, he makes the breads.
I can make you a ciabatta or a scone, but no sweets or pastries until my wife comes back.
Ciabatta or a scone or something.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So I say, well, I tell you what, Baker Bob, ciabatta to learn how to make a dang tart, 'cause she's scone for good, toot toot.
Toot toot. All right.
Tell you what.
Man. Woo, boy.
Ooh-wee.
That was a hot yarn.
Beep, 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 boop.
That was a hot yarn, man.
Toot.
I felt it.
Feel that in my tooting parts.
Yep. That was a good one. Good story. Baker Bob's wife, man, she's always taking off.
Man, she's
always trying to escape into a different setting.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
with different opportunities.
Opportunities.
All right. All right.
She's flakier than an old biscuit.
Well, tonight's yarn was brought to you, of course, by Guff Alert Soda. Guff Alert Hot Soda. The only hot soda that does not require you to put it in the microwave. You just shake that can, you got yourself a hot can of Guff Alert Hot Soda.
Hot can.
Woo-wee! Hot stuff.
When I drink a gulp of hot Guff Alert soda, I feel like I'm transported to the inside of the human body.
Oh, wow. When I take a sip of shaken up hot Guff Alert hot soda, I feel as though I have been thrown into the fryer at a diner, a greasy spoon diner.
You were sizzling,
popping.
covered in batter.
Yep,
sizzling and popping. You just burned my arm a little bit, just because you had a gulp of soda.
Yep, you
Sounds
gotta
like a deal.
You gotta tamp me out on a paper towel after I take a sip of Guff Alert hot soda.
Hoo-wee, hoo doggy.
All right, well, that's been an ad for Guff Alert Hot Soda. Okay, that's over. Well, let's check out this dog camp. Let's do that. Let's take a break for a second, all right?
Yeah, let's see them dogs.
Let's see what the dogs are up to.
Sounds good.
Join us over here in the chat. Give us a toot toot. Be sure to like this video. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you can watch this. Every week. Join in with us. Talk about all kinds of fun things. Here we go. Dog action time.
Oh my gosh, can you believe it?
That was fun. Dog cam. Those two were having a time, weren't they?
Yeah, having a pretty good time for not having a soul. You know, they seem to be enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
Funny how that happens.
Yeah, I like how you've come around to seeing things my way.
You think that's what's going on?
Yeah, I think that's what's happening.
That's
I think
pretty cool.
you've decided that you agree with me.
You think, yeah? Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how the human brain works. Gotcha. Got him good.
Yeah, you got me. I don't know what you got.
You don't know what you got.
I don't know what you got me with, is what I should say.
Typical.
Well, you want to talk about the news? Shall we get into tonight's news?
Oh, you mean Ted Bagless news from tedbagless.net?
I do, in fact, mean tedbaglessnews.net, your one source for news, the only place you need to go for news, unless you're looking for lifestyle news, in which case you head over to tedbaglessnews2.net, your other source for news. All right, what do we got here in the old headlines? Let me just pull up tedbaglessnews.net. All right, breaking exclusive. Top headline tonight. Ted Bagless college yearbooks have been hacked.
Hacked?
Someone hacked his college yearbooks. He says he was, in the article, he says he was going through his old college yearbooks and someone has hacked his very memories. The records of his time spent in college, in which he assures me he was very, or in which he assures us in the article, he's a very popular guy, dated the homecoming queen.
Of course he did.
He was superlative, was most likely to succeed.
Right.
I mean, he did all sorts of things. He was on the yearbook committee. Had all kinds of signatures from all kinds of friends of all different types of gender and personage. And now he says he flips open his college yearbooks and they've been hacked. Somebody's changed all that.
Did somebody make him look like a wiener?
Somebody made him look like a wiener. So now he's, if he's has company over or whatever and they start looking through his yearbooks, he has to say, well, now, hold on. That's been hacked. I didn't write that poem in the middle of that yearbook. Things of that nature.
His poems?
I guess somebody stuck a couple of real sappy, bad poems right in the middle of those yearbooks.
Oh, my God.
About how he didn't have any friends. How nobody liked him.
It's a shame. It's an elaborate ruse, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, and I don't even know how you would hack. Do you know how you would hack you thought a battleship board was a computer a minute ago, so I don't know. I don't know if you're the person I would ask about how to hack a yearbook, but it seems complicated to me. It seems like you'd have to actually print out a new book. You know what I mean?
I think you could hack it using other books,
Using other books.
Imagine can you picture this in your mind's eye? Get a bunch of stack of books with wires all over it, and you picture beep, 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 all over that. That'd probably work. A computer made out of books.
Yeah, I'm still not sure you understand what a computer is, like what makes it work.
I can picture it, though.
Because, a stack of books with wires on it is exactly just that. Just a stack of books with wires sticking out of it. That's all it is.
Well, somebody's got to hack it. Big Howell.
Right, but I don't know. It seems almost too complicated to explain it to you right now.
Just old soulless old trash cat don't understand.
Yeah, plus, it's pointless to really give you any kind of information because when you die, you just become a sack of old bones on the ground.
Right.
Unlike me, who goes off to Valhalla.
I think I'd prefer to be a sack of bones. When I think about it. Can I still dance?
You don't want to join me and drink ale in the enormous sunlit halls of Valhalla.
Well, here's the thing: I don't want to do that
feel
forever.
Feel the warmth of your all your kin breathing down the back of your neck for the rest of time until the Battle of Ragnarok. You don't want to do that?
I mean, I could dabble in it, but I wouldn't want it forever.
You don't want to sit there and eat an unending meal with your grandma and grandpa in the halls of Valhalla? That doesn't sound good to you until you eventually have to fight some guy in the sky with a hammer?
I mean,
that doesn't sound cool to you?
Sounds kind of tight, but I wouldn't want to do it for forever, ever.
Well, that's the good thing about eventually getting killed fighting in Ragnarok is that it's over and you don't have to sit there and eat dinner and sing songs and drink ale with everyone you've ever known.
I gotta say, it seems like you've got a pretty good idea of what happens when you die.
Sure.
What happens when I die?
Nothing. Not a thing.
What do you mean, nothing?
I think when you die, and this I'm jealous of. Gotta say, not only do I believe that I will be going to Valhalla when I die, I believe it will be very, very annoying. I believe it sounds terrible. Like, is there even a place to go and be alone in Valhalla? I don't think there is. I think you're sitting essentially in a big restaurant with your whole family and everyone you've ever known until the time comes to go get killed on some battlefield in the sky. That doesn't sound that great to me. I would much rather, in my last moments here on Earth, know that all I was really doing was skipping out on the tab. Just all of a sudden, don't got to worry about any more bills. All of a sudden, don't got to worry about, that dental appointment you had for the next week. Don't have to do that. It's just oblivion.
I gotta tell you, I feel so sorry for this poor special monkey with his eternal soul. I feel so bad for him.
You should feel bad for me. You got a much better deal. Just dying and turning into dust.
A10.
Casual Jumble says the great big O'Charlie's in the sky. That's what it is. That's what Valhalla is. And do you want to spend almost eternity until Ragnarok in a no Charlie's? I don't. But it's where I'm going.
They got that cinnamon butter.
They do.
A10.
But I will get sick of that. I'll probably fill up on that in the first 500 years. A10. A10 is a hit.
It's a hit.
You just sent quite a few of my special monkey sailors off to the big O'Charlie's in the sky.
It's a raining monkey sailors. Hallelujah. It's a raining monkey sailors.
All right. I'm going to do... I'm lost now because I've sunk a couple things already. But I'm going to guess... the H9.
Ain't nothing but water. You just wasted some ammunition.
Well, you gotta waste ammunition to spend ammunition.
Is that like one of them egg talks?
That's one of them egg talks, yeah.
Egg talks.
Yeah.
C10.
Mm-hmm. C10. That is a hit. You have sunk my cruiser.
May the ghosts
you sank my cruiser.
Monkey sailors be restless forever in the sea.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We got another headline here from TedBaglessNews.net. All right, there's a back-to-school craze. It's back-to-school season, of course. Every year around this time, kids start going back to school. You'll probably notice that your kids aren't hanging out as much. That's because they're going to school. And there's the latest craze in the like middle school age kids right now is something called bug damage.
Bug damage.
You heard of bug? It's the latest like Pokemon type thing. It's called bug damage.
Interesting.
It's a game all these kids are playing.
Well, what's bug damage? God dang, everything's weirder than the last. Weird.
What? What's weirder than the...
Bug damage.
Oh, yeah. No, it is weird. That's weird. Bug damage is weird. So it's a game where all the kids, they basically make up a bug persona for themselves. And and so you'll become like, I'm a bee, right? So it's like a role-playing type game, or like they take on a persona. So these kids become a bee, but they got to be an injured bee. So they got to have like a wing off. Or like their stingers snapped in half. Or they're like a beetle with a leg missing, or or a butterfly that has a rip in one of its wings. Something like that. So bug damage, and then they have these elaborate stories, these fantasy scenarios that they act out as these damaged bug characters. Now, I gotta say, as an old person, I look at this and I think, what was wrong with just frying up some ants with a magnifying glass?
Right, real bug damage.
What was wrong with real bug damage? What was wrong with ripping the limbs off of Daddy Longlegs? What was wrong with that? Now we got these kids today got to use their imagination and stuff. It's making me sick.
Well, have you ever thought about what kind of bug damage you would do if you was playing that game?
If I was playing that game, what kind of bug damage? I'd be a tarantula with PTSD.
Oh. What happened to him?
Oh, Afghanistan.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He was in the shit.
He was in the shit.
In the desert?
Yep. He was stationed remotely. At what's the name of that? Well, I won't get into it.
Was there a separate spider war within Afghanistan, or is he just in the middle of?
There's an unending spider war in Afghanistan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a rich tale.
Yep. So that's who I'd be. I'd be kind of an unhinged tarantula that you can't trust, and that will do whatever it has to do to dominate all the other bugs.
It's because some tarantulas, they don't actually hurt you. They just look scary, you know.
Oh, they'll hurt you.
But your tarantula would hurt somebody.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Because they're damaged.
Mm-hmm.
That's tight.
Bit of a damaged bug. What kind of bug would you be?
I would be...
What would your bug damage be?
I'd be a bee, right? But a sexually damaged, needy bee.
Sexually damaged bee.
Yes. My whole thing is that I can't get anybody to bone me, right? And I need it so bad. So I just have my little butt up in the air every night. And I'm like, come on, somebody, please. I need it, right? Desperate moves.
Wait a second. What? You know there's only the one, bees, there's only the one queen, right?
Yeah, so
there's only the one bee that's like out looking to get boned. All the other bees are looking to bone.
No, this bee, my bee, just wants to get boned.
Just wants to get boned.
Yeah.
Is your bee a queen?
I guess.
So it's a queen. So it's a lonely queen.
Lonely queen.
Your bee is a lonely queen. And what happened to her colony?
I don't know. They're just not around. There's a colony, but nobody's interested in her. You know, she just ain't got it like she used to have it. You know, she's not an attractive bee. She's gross.
Wow, that seems that you got to really fall far. You got to be for the queen of your colony to be beneath your league in boneability. That's pretty bad, because there's literally no other option. And there's not one other bee out there for you.
Big house, she tries everything, right? She puts her butt up in the air. She turns a box fan on to get the smell of her butt.
Little box fan.
Around the air. And they still don't want no part of it. She's like, what? I got the box circulating that butt. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants it.
Well, that's a shame. That's kind of sad.
Bug damage.
Yeah. It's a damaged bug for sure. A real shame. All right, we got another question from John the Bull. Does possums doughboy? Oh, he's talking about. See, he follows all the little trails here. He says, do possums doughboys have cinnamon butter? So your little doughboys on your little ships over there. Can I when I fry them up, when I hit them with a missile or a torpedo? Can I smear a little cinnamon butter on those doughboys and make them taste even better?
I mean, you gotta bring your own. We don't have it on our ships. But I guess if you blew up my ship and then
now, do you not have cinnamon butter on your ships specifically because they're doughboys, and you think they'd be too delicious if they were next to a bunch of cinnamon butter?
Yeah. Why would you put that on your boat?
Right.
You know, if you was a ham sandwich and you was a soldier, why would you have a jar of mayonnaise around there?
Right.
You know.
Like some sharp American cheese.
You're just adding reasons for people to consume you.
That's true. You know? That is very true.
You want to stay alive in this world? Don't you be sleeping next to that cinnamon butter. That's what I tell these soldiers every night.
All right.
You get smeared on you.
Let me, is it your turn or my turn over here on the battleship?
I think I just sunk one of your ships.
Yeah, so I'm going to optimistically aim for G6.
Nothing but C.
That's a shame. What a shame.
How about F5?
F5 is amiss. Eh.
Sometimes you gotta
It's
fire one off and just hope for the best.
If anybody watching at home wants to compile my battleship sounds, I think that would be pretty good. A lot of me going, I make some good ones. Make some good battleship sounds. All right, so we did bug damage. Oh, good news, everybody! Next headline. This is an ongoing story, of course. Tyson Chicken issued an international recall. All of their chickens. Did we end up getting we didn't end up getting images from these stories, did we?
Are you on the main screen?
Uh-huh.
I put the chicken in there.
Oh, here it is.
It's on the wrong screen.
So, okay, here we go. So, you guys might recall Tyson Chicken. If you recall, Tyson Chicken ordered an international recall of drumsticks and breasts and thighs.
I remember
pretty much all their chicken products. And then, but they have canceled that. They said, don't worry about it. They said, don't bother.
They're fine.
It's probably fine. They said it's probably no big deal. So do not, don't send your chicken off.
If you threw your chicken away, take it out of the garbage can and put it back on the griddle because it's just fine.
It's just fine. It's probably perfectly okay. So that's a real relief. I know for me, because I had a lot of Tyson chicken frozen. I was getting ready to ship it back, but I didn't.
You was gonna ship it back to Tyson's?
Mm-hmm.
That was your plan?
Yeah, it was a recall.
Is that what
it's a chicken recall. I was gonna send it back to him.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was they gonna do with it?
With the chicken?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. They were asking for it back. I mean, maybe they want to test it, see what's in it, see if anything's wrong with it, see how it tastes.
It's gonna taste
see how
like
it
some
smells.
mail.
Yeah.
Probably. Like an old envelope.
All right, and in our final story tonight. You guys recall the harrowing and heroic tale of the rescue effort to save the founder of Jimmy John's. I love the placement of that Jimmy John's logo.
Well,
that's really sharp.
Do the guy too.
The founder of Jimmy John's, as you all know, has spent the last week trapped inside a New Jersey State Park privy. And there's been a valiant rescue effort to free him from that. We of course have the founder of Jimmy John's, a man named Jim Johns. And let's see, I have him right here. There he is. There's Jim Johns. Unfortunately, at this very moment, trapped inside a state park privy. That's a composting privy in the middle of New Jersey swamplands. He's been trapped in there for about a week. People are trying to come up with ways to get him out. There's a scientist who's working on actually digging up through the composting privy and sending a kind of like a sort of submarine, like a tubular submarine, up through the composting privy that he can climb into, and that will then travel back down through the composting through the earth itself and bring him out of the privy.
Wow, a submarine.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess it's like an earth submarine, so I don't know what that is called. That's called like a terrorine or something.
Is it like a shape like a roly-poly, or is there an earthworm, or is it a classic submarine shape?
Classic submarine shape, but it's got to do something it's got to have some kind of things on the front of it to grind up all that mud that it's going through.
Wow. Tight.
And then it comes up, of course, through the privy.
Very tight.
So, Godspeed to Jim Johns, founder of Jimmy John's, trapped inside a New Jersey state privy. Let's hope he gets out of there sometime soon. So that has been TedBaglessNews.net, brought to you by Ted Bagless.
The real world always shocks me. It always shocks me, the real world.
What did you say?
I said the real world, as revealed by Ted Bagless, always shocks me.
The show The Real World on MTV.
True story.
Yep. 6 strangers picked to live in a loft in, like, New Jersey or wherever.
And one of them was a real toad.
I picked New Jersey because I was just talking about it. That's just letting you in on how my brain works.
Yes.
But they went places like, they were in, like, Las Vegas on The Real World. Miami. Stuff like that.
Yes.
New York City.
New York City.
It's a big one.
And they was just living together.
Sure. Go ahead and give us a toot-toot over here in the chat.
I'm jealous of your wet.
Are you?
I want to get me a drink.
Why don't you go get yourself a drink?
I'll be back.
Yeah.
I want a drink.
Yeah, don't slip and fall into the void.
How will I know if I'm near it?
You're pretty close to it now. That's very close. Be careful. Be very careful. Okay.
I'm fitting to.
Okay.
Thirsty.
See you later, Mr. Possum.
I'll be back shortly.
All right, folks. Just me and you. What are we going to talk about? We can talk about all kinds of things. We can talk about how possums smell. We can talk about... He's left me all alone here in the void. Got a nice crisp fire going. Got a nice crisp fall fire going. Let's see here. This is boring. I am gonna... Why don't I click over to the dog cam? Just give it a shot. Just see what the dogs are up to. It's 11 o'clock. Ooh, got a question over here in the chat. Is that a magic ball on the mantle? That is the moon itself. I have something about the physics of this environment. The fireplace here in the void. We've actually got the lunar moon captured, staying in static place on our mantle back there. It's pretty cool. So that's a physical moon. All right, looks like we got Mr. Possum back here. Got himself a jar of water.
Yes.
Smart.
It's not smart water. It's just normal water.
Getting a little dry there in your mouth.
Oh, my mouth.
Mouth dry like a wallet.
Oh, I mean, like a wallet with a lot of dry money in it. You know.
Sure.
Like just I'm rich,
mm-hmm.
but also dry.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So there's not a lot of humidity. Those are old dollars that have not been tucked into any bosoms lately and given any additional sweat moisture.
None. You know, I'd take a greasy dog.
Probably the crudest possible little metaphor I could have used there.
You know what? It painted a picture.
Boob sweat.
It painted a picture. What we gonna
so
do
we got
now,
so we got a question. So we got Casual Johnable was asking if that was a magic 8-ball on the mantle.
I think I lost
Not
my
a magic
hat.
8-ball, just a magic ball.
I lost my hat in the void, Big Al.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Oh well, I'll get it back.
How you gonna get it back?
I guess I'll climb into the void, see if it swallows me.
I don't recommend climbing into the void.
I need my hat though.
Mm.
You know, so I have to. So
you could get one of your center bites to bring it back to you.
You ever tried getting a center bite to do what you want to do? Oh my God.
No, I haven't. Is it tough?
Tough? Is it tough?
Is it tough?
You try to tell somebody what to do, baby, I can tell you what you're going to forget about it. You gonna forget about it. What you gonna just everybody got a mind of its own?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh-wee. Well, where are we at on Battleship here?
Yeah, let's play a little more Battleship. Anybody got a suggestion? Anybody got a place they want me to hit?
That's my turn.
Okay.
D3.
D3. That is a miss.
Where's your dang ships?
I don't know, man. How about J4?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I miss.
Well, that's a shame.
How about E7?
E7 is a miss. This is exciting stuff.
I feel like it might be the best show on YouTube.
I think it is. I think we are currently producing the best show there is on YouTube.
I wouldn't change a thing.
I would not.
Let's just
either.
Continue to play Battleship in this dark void and collect the trophies as they come.
Let's do that. Let's continue to wage spiritual warfare on each other's little doughboys.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna guess F5.
Nothing.
What?
You hit a Kraken, but it wasn't my Kraken. You've done some sea damage, but that Kraken don't belong to nobody.
Sure.
Let's see. I'm gonna try to shoot A5.
A5 is a miss. Somebody's got to hit something here soon. Everybody at home, cross your fingers. I'm gonna try to hit something on old Possum's board here. Trying to find these weak spots. Looks like we got maybe a B6.
I'm afraid that you've wasted another missile.
Yeah. Well, it's all right. Got a lucrative contract with the U.S. military, Lockheed Martin, for these missiles.
Oh, you're getting rich.
I get them wholesale.
Well, I don't have any rich missile friends, but I'm at war.
Yeah.
I'm at war. So let's just keep.
Yeah, we should make. You know what? They should actually make Battleship more fair and more real to life, where one of the players should only have like 6 missiles total.
Because they're poor.
Because they're like a poor nation. Yeah. And then the other person should have more missiles than would even fill the whole thing.
I'm glad that Battleship isn't that way. If that was the case, I'd just have a couple of pieces of old corn.
Yeah, you would have a couple pieces of old corn, and I would have the whole nice. My board would like light up and stuff, and your board would just be like 2 blocks of like it would be like a 2x4 with like drawings on it.
Right.
That you place corn on.
Luckily, we live in a world where we can pretend to be equals.
Wow. I think I've come up with a very biting piece of like of satire there. If I were to sell a more realistic type of battleship.
I like pretending to be important like human beings sometimes, though.
It just calls back to an earlier type of warfare, back when it was like, 2 sides who both had the same technology.
How about J10?
Thank you for getting me out of that hole.
No problem. That's not the first hole I've gotten you out of.
J10 is a miss. Johnable would like to know, did we see anything spooky like ghosts or monsters this past weekend? Ghosts or monsters? Did we see anything spooky like that? It's a good question. I feel like I saw something pretty spooky this past weekend. What did I see?
Where'd you see it? In your home? Or out in the world? Or...
It was in my basement.
In your base? Oh, my...
Yeah, I saw something pretty spooky this weekend
stars.
In my basement. But I'm not sure what it was. It might have been a simple poltergeist. But at the same time, it also might have been a dangerous banshee.
Did you get screamed at in the basement?
I did not get screamed at.
Okay.
I think I caught him on an off hour.
So was it ghoulish? Mm-hmm. Pretty ghoulish.
Very ghoulish.
Was it naked or clothed?
Naked.
Okay. So pretty calm, naked.
Yeah.
Not particularly hostile. Ghoulish.
Nope. Hot as hell.
It was hot?
Oh, yeah.
Was it one of them succubuses?
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I saw a succubus in the basement this weekend.
Kind of wearing a come hither look on her face.
Yeah, that was all she was wearing, too, if you know what I'm saying. God damn.
Man.
Whew.
And you got spooked?
Succubus?
Did you get spooked?
No, not really.
Well, what's she doing down there? She's supposed to scare you or suck you or something. Do something.
She's supposed to suck your butts.
Yeah, it's supposed to suck your butt.
That's the whole point of having a succubus.
Yeah, lazy old succubus down there.
Yeah, she's pretty lazy. I got the worst dang succubus in the neighborhood.
Man, how about an incubus?
You know, I've never had an incubus. What is that? What is an incubus? Well, I don't know what it is. I know it was a great band.
It's a ghost of an octopus.
Okay.
So it's like an incubus.
Okay.
You know, so it's real inky.
I'm following where your brain is going with it.
You.
I'm not sure I know if that's true or not, if that's what an actual incubus is. If you know what an incubus is, hit us up in the chat and let us know.
It's a ghost of an octopus. I done told you.
It's a ghost of an octopus.
Yes.
All right.
They don't need water no more, and they can roam all over the place. Think about it. Think about it. The fish, when it dies, it can be a ghost anywhere because it don't need water.
Mm-hmm. That's why you see fish ghosts all around all the time.
Exactly.
All right. Is it my turn?
Probably.
How about... I keep thinking looking at this is going to make it easier for me, but I think I should just be guessing. I think I should just be absolutely guessing, like H7.
Nothing.
Even worse. Well, that was stupid because just did three right next to each other right there. Didn't even mean to. Didn't even think about it.
You're pretty close to my ship, though.
I like to get all the way around the ship. I like to surround the ship with white. I like to make it so the board is completely white except for where the ships are. And then, because that makes it easier, because then you know where the ships are.
True. Is that an intimidation tactic to scare
Yeah, it's kind of psyching you out. I mean, it requires patience. It also requires that that your opponent doesn't beat you in the time it takes you to do that.
Right. Okay, how about G5?
G5 is a miss.
Sure.
What about you? Did you see anything spooky or spooktacular this weekend, Mr. Possum?
Did I see anything spooktacular this weekend? Well, I saw that old gravedigger again.
Gravedigger?
Yeah, you know Graveyard Larry?
I don't know Graveyard Larry. What's his deal?
He's got, like, green moss for hair, and he's got a big, tall top hat. And he digs graves, and he only does it at night, you know? He's burying people at night. Get that lantern and a shovel. Got a spooky look about him.
Is that real? Is he real?
Graveyard Larry?
Is he burying, like, actual real people?
Yeah, shit, he's burying real people.
Burying people at night?
Yeah.
Do you think that's legit?
I mean,
that doesn't sound legit to me. That sounds to me like it's like sinister activity.
It feels sinister, I know. But Graveyard Larry is an employee of the cemetery. I guess that's his shift, you know, the midnight shift.
Who gets buried at night? Everybody always getting buried in the middle of the day with all their family around and stuff.
It feels
you invite your whole family and everybody there to stand around and send you off to Valhalla. That's how it works.
It feels ghoulish. I don't like it. That's why I got spooked.
Yeah.
And he's all the time humming.
Graveyard Larry.
He's got a real high-pitched voice like Tiny Tim. Remember that old Tiny Tim with the little ukulele?
Oh, yeah.
He sings to himself while he's burying these people at night.
What kinds of songs does he sing?
Like ragtime stuff.
That sounds ragtime's the creepiest type of music he could be singing, right? In my opinion.
Ragtime.
Huh. That's awful.
He's just like, get a dollop a daisy. You know, singing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Remember that old...
Get a dollop a daisy?
Yeah. It's a sour cream commercial.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of sings that.
Sing that old ragtime daisy sour cream commercial?
Yeah. Low fat, whole fat, get a dollop a daisy. It's creepy.
Alright. Big Hal is firing all around the ship to turn the ocean to steam to prep the doughboys.
Oh, he's steaming my dough.
Like that weird dishwasher thing they put bread in Subway. That's, you know what? That's a great point. It actually does make the doughboys cook up so much nicer if you steam them a little bit ahead of time by getting some saltwater mist up into the air and then exploding all around the ships.
I don't like how you're threatening to eat my soldiers. War is war, but don't eat me.
Now, that's a weird thing that I've always found is the belief that people shouldn't eat soldiers that they defeat. I've always had a problem with that.
Yeah?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, why let your little battleship doughboys go to waste? Especially if they're made out of dough. Come on.
Well, it's probably because all the special little monkey souls can't disturb that.
Well, that is true. Now that is true. You shouldn't eat human beings. But your doughboys, yes. Let's eat them.
Yeah, I mean, their screams are just, empty screams. It's not real pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. It's a good point. Yeah. He raises a good point. So, is it my turn again?
No, it's my turn.
What a shame.
How about F1?
F1 is a miss. Okay. Time to get serious here, folks. We haven't had a hit in a long time. We are just like orchestral maneuvers in the dark. Haven't had a hit in a long time, if you know what I'm talking about.
What the shit is that?
All right, B3.
Nothing but water.
That would have been a lot better if I'd followed that great joke up with a hit.
I thought you was going to say something like Lenny Kravitz or something.
Lenny Kravitz has hits all the time.
Does he?
Oh, he's still sensational. He's still selling out all kinds of different venues and traveling around the world.
Okay, I don't mean to throw shade. I just didn't know. I ain't heard no Lenny Kravitz in a while.
His wiener popped out last year, or 2 years ago, I think it was.
Oh, didn't he?
Did you remember that?
He had a real impressive wang.
It was okay. It was pierced.
Oh, see, there's something.
He had a pierced wiener.
On purpose?
Yeah, he pierced it on purpose. He didn't pierce it accidentally.
I thought maybe it got pierced as it, by his zipper as it came out.
No, he's he's Lenny Kravitz, right?
Yeah.
So think about the kind of pants you're going to put on. You wake up in the morning, you're Lenny Kravitz. You're going to put on some very tight leather pants, right?
Like a center bite would.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to stretch. You're just going to put on the sexiest pants imaginable. And these are going to have a little seam that busts open right as soon as you get, if you're like rocking out, you drop down to your knees on the stage. The crotch of those things is just going to spring wide open like a bear trap in reverse.
Right.
I
can dig it.
And there's his wiener, plain as day, with a big like ring hanging out of the thing.
Huh. Did it waggle?
Yeah, it had a lot of personality in that thing.
Huh.
I was impressed.
Hey, Big Hal.
Hey, Mr. Possum.
Let's check on them old dogs.
Oh, yeah.
See what they're doing.
Pull up the old dog cam.
Well, Big Howell went to go get a refill on his old Wednesday wet. Them old dogs sure did romp, didn't they? Boy, they just have a time when they're together, and it's so fun to watch them have a time. Oh, Big Al's back. I wonder if I can talk him into starting our old debate. What do you think? Would you like us to have a debate? I would. I'd like to get to the bottom of the issue we chose tonight. Welcome back. Lose anything in the void?
Oh, it's good to be back. It's good to be back here in the void. I didn't. I got everything I need. Didn't see your hat while I was there.
Huh.
But I did get a little more Wednesday wet to prepare me for tonight's debate. Hump Day debate, y'all.
Let's get into it.
Let's, well, we got a debate screen over here.
Yeah.
That's not a debate screen.
Well,
Look at that.
it's jumbo.
We're back at Jimmy John's.
Oh, my God.
Update on Jim John's. Still stuck in the privy.
Well, get used to it, Jimmy.
So I don't know.
But it's a debate screen. There you go. Debate. It needs to be on top of us, I guess.
Here we go.
There we go. Let's debate.
Let's debate.
What are we debating tonight, Big Al? What are we getting to the bottom of for these people?
Tonight we're going to talk about an issue that people have contemplated for centuries. And as I said, an issue that people have been writing me about quite a bit. Because they'd like to know my feelings on it. This is a hot button issue. Cultural issue. The question is, should dancing be allowed?
Well, you know what I'm going to say.
I know. I think the folks at home might be curious. How do you feel about this? Do you think people should be allowed to dance, Mr. Possum?
No.
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 Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. That's been the debate.
I don't like it.
You don't like dancing.
All that.
Now, see, I'm a fan of dancing.
No,
to answer everyone's question at home, I believe people should be able to dance to a certain degree. I think sometimes it gets a little ridiculous. Sometimes there's too much of it.
I don't know. There's something about it. I don't like all that. You know, I don't like it.
You don't like all that? All that what? All that?
Well, have you heard about these kids doing this voguing? I mean, there's probably 100 teen pregnancies per hour just because of one Vogue. You know, one of these. Vogue.
Yeah, voguing is a big problem these days. There's a lot of voguing going on. Look, I think voguing can get out of hand, like anything can. You know, it's like drugs. They're fine, most of the time. 1 in 100 times, someone does too many drugs.
I just don't like it.
1 in 100 vogues, someone vogues too hard, they wake up the next day impregnated. From the voguing? Is that how they get pregnant? From voguing? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Directly. If you vogue with somebody in a hot tub, they can get pregnant.
Yeah. Boy, it's been years since I vogued with somebody in a hot tub.
Good. You can't afford no kids.
God damn, that's true.
You can't be voguing in no hot tub.
Casual Johnable chimes in, says dancing is just a lazy riot. I kind of agree with that, but I'm okay with it. I like a lazy riot. I like lazy things. I like being lazy at my job. I like being lazy as a husband. I like being lazy at my life. And if the political actions I take on the streets of this nation have to be lazy as well, then they will be. And if I can just get that out of the way by doing a casual little 1-2 step. Oh, is that how I look?
I don't like it.
Is that how I look when I dance? Oh my God, that's terrible. I'd like to apologize for everybody who's ever seen me dance. That's very bad. That looks very bad to me.
That's how everybody looks when they dance. It's bad.
That's...
They take your body, right? I know what your body looks like.
Sure.
And you make it do other stuff, make shapes with it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I still see you. I don't like it either. I just makes it unsettles me. You know how some people are afraid of snakes just because of the shapes they make?
I know some people are afraid of snakes, yeah.
Well, I'm that way with dancing. I don't like it.
Creeps you out like if you were looking at a snake.
Yep. People dance.
Do you think it's morally wrong?
It can be. And sometimes it leads to some lustful bog vision that can't be undone. And next thing you know, you're voguing.
Do you think lustful horny vision? Bog vision is what he calls being horny, by the way.
Yes.
Do you think lustful look-ins are immoral? Because that would kind of get a lot of people who have a cultural moral opposition to dance. They get to it from a moral position of thinking that it's so close to humping that you're basically allowing the youth of America to hump each other in public,
right?
And that inspires them to go hump somewhere else, or Vogue, if that's what we're talking about.
I have to say, I agree with Lithgow on this. I think I've told you about this film before. It's a film called Footloose.
Oh, I'm very familiar with Footloose.
Well, there's this scene at the end where he's with his family.
We've talked about it before on this very show.
Well, yes. Let me just talk about it again, just for a moment, because it's pertinent to that debate. Lithgow's out with his family, and he's already made his point that you shouldn't dance. And,
right.
People have been crucified.
I remember this. I remember this very well.
And then he sees this Bigfoot out there dancing.
Yep, there's Bigfoot out there.
And he gets to slapping him. Mm-hmm. And he punches him in front of his whole family like a strong patriarch should.
Right.
And the whole family watches. And they see this is what happens when you dance. And I was moved. I was like, hit him again. Hit him again.
Yep, that's how Footloose ends, folks. Yep. That is the end of the movie. That's very true.
Why do you think it's called Footloose? Bigfoot loose, you know? It's Bigfoot on the loose, dancing out here in the woods. Mm-hmm. I don't care that I've said it before. It's tight.
It is tight. It's good. It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's always good to return to the good ones.
Well, who wins? Who wins this daggone thing?
Who wins Footloose?
The debate.
Or who wins the debate?
Is it over?
Well, I don't think I've put up I think I've mostly just been interviewing you about your thoughts about dance. I don't think I've been. I don't think I've said what the importance of dance is. I don't think I've stood up for dance here tonight.
Well, excuse me. You've just been interested in me. Dude, let me begin. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, and possums, and non-conforming individuals, dance is one of the most cherished human institutions and traditions. It is one of the most natural forms of expression where we use our bodies as a language to communicate our desires, our feelings, our passions to other people in a way that is like a universal language that anyone can see, anyone around the whole globe can see you do a happy dance and think that person is happy. And that ability to communicate that feeling is essential to the human experience. So I think dancing has to be allowed. Has to be allowed. Also, I want to say, if you out there are ever doing comedy or you're trying to perform in front of people, one easy way to get laughs or engagement is to do the electric slide, and that will everybody will just be on board. People will jump up out of their chairs and sort of join in, and and it's a very easy gimmick that you can do sort of instead of jokes. So I think dancing is necessary because it's one of the most convenient and reliable ways to entertain people. Also,
easy, huh?
You want to do the electric slide with me?
Is it a dance?
Yeah, it's a dance.
I don't.
You don't want to do it? I was thinking I could pull up the electric slide and we could perform it together here on camera tonight. You want to do it?
Seems like
how about that?
Trying to trick me into dancing, which I don't care for. Plus, it's electric.
Boogie woogie oogie.
Yeah, I don't touch electric stuff.
Jiggle mesa cara.
Don't you be putting no spell on me.
That's the spell of the electric boogie. Now, I've made a general appeal to people to dance. I have said what it is about dance that I find entertaining and useful as an entertainer.
Yes,
it's something that you can fall back on. It's very cheap and easy to get a laugh out of doing it. But I mean, I'm not going to just say that I've totally won the debate, because I don't know that I've won you over. It doesn't sound like I've won you over to dance. Have I won you over to dance?
No. I just don't like it, Big Howell. I don't know.
You're just never going to like it.
I just don't like it.
Let's check in with our polls. We have a couple of polls going. You want to see what they have to say, whether dancing should... So I asked my Twitter followers and my Facebook followers, should dancing be allowed? And of course, let's see what they said. All right. Over here on Twitter, we have 67% say that dancing should be allowed. 33% say that dancing should be not allowed.
That's close.
That's higher than I thought it was going to be for not allowed. I got to say.
It's a barn burner.
I'm impressed. Or not impressed. I don't know what the word is for that. I'm surprised in a impressive way. I don't know the word.
What do you think? Is this dancing?
What you're doing right now? Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Is this dancing?
That is dancing.
Oh.
That is definitely dancing. If I put that to music, you would be dancing. Yes.
But that's what snakes do when they stand up.
Yeah. So snakes dance.
Snakes
of course
dance.
Snakes dance. All right. Over here we got Facebook. Looks like a little bit more on the side of dancing should be allowed. 87% say dancing should be allowed. 13% say dancing should not be allowed. All right.
I guess you win.
You're just going to concede it like that. Well, if you're willing to concede, then I am going to bring you into the temple of dance. I'm going to bring my friend Mr. Possum into the temple of dance tonight on this here broadcast, this very moment. I want to see you move. I want to see you vogue. I want to see you do some voguing. I want to see you do some moving.
And don't get pregnant.
Go ahead and give us some moves here.
I didn't see that.
Pretty good. I think you can do more stuff. Yeah, you can vogue a little. It's safe. It's safe down here. You can't get pregnant this close to a boy. That's good stuff. Now, don't you feel good?
I feel like I'm flying.
Yeah, you're like a bird.
Oh.
There we go. We're really starting to move here.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah.
This is good TV.
Well, I gotta tell you, our viewership is dropping rapidly since you started doing this. But I don't care. I think this is just good stuff. Let's finish this game of Battleship. We got a half hour. Did I lose you? Are you lost in the world of dance?
Oh, yeah.
Incredible. Feel good about that.
That's nice. Hey. We don't gotta go midnight, do we?
Probably not.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Who
cares? Who cares?
Let's be lazy.
I think we got through everything we intended to do tonight.
I think so too. Fuck it.
Screw it.
You know?
I would like to do a few more hits on this here Battleship thing.
And we got another dog cam to see.
We do.
Wow. If someone else is deserving of dance.
That's terrible. Good Lord. What are they doing? Now they're just dancing for views on their YouTube stream now. You seen that big Howell and Possum show? They've lost the plot. Now they're just dancing. Now they're just doing different dances in front of some fireplace. The goofiest crap I ever saw.
They're desperate. They're showing dog videos and dancing.
They're desperate.
They're pressing all the buttons.
It's true. Yeah. Well, speaking of which, let's go to dog cam.
Oh yeah. Hey,
wow.
We're back.
What a great time.
Those dogs are romping.
What a great time we've had here tonight, folks. Here in this hot void. Getting sweaty, doing a little dancing, doing a little electric sliding.
I learned something.
I'm going to see if I can hit a ship here real quick. How about I think I-7.
You've not hit a ship. You hit a dolphin.
Crap.
You've killed a dolphin.
Crap.
How about C3?
C3 is a miss.
Would you be so foolhardy to put a ship so close to another ship?
Well, sometimes it's cool to put them next to another ship.
Because they wouldn't think to go there.
Sometimes that's cool. All right. I feel like there's got to be something down over here in this area. I think that it's probably, let's see, I'll go H5.
Nothing.
Stupid. That's stupid.
How about J7?
Oh. J7 is a miss. Have two creatures in forest, land, or cabin. Have two creatures ever gone this long without a hit in Battleship?
Yes, that's why it's boring and no one likes it.
I thought people loved this game. Thought this was a classic.
There's a reason why this is your childhood toy and it's not destroyed. It's because you didn't play it much. It's because it was boring.
It was boring.
Yes, sir.
It's true. The most exciting game of Battleship I have ever played. Let me tell you this true story. The most exciting game of Battleship I've ever played was exciting because I realized that someone was sitting behind me and miming the letters and numbers of the ships where I had my stuff placed to someone else, to my opponent.
You thought they was a wizard.
Someone was sitting behind me and just giving, and I was doing all the classic moves of the guy who's being screwed in Battleship. I was going, "Are you serious? You can't have done this again. You can't have sunk yet another of my ships." Ooh. Casual Johnable with a throwback question. What does the succubus do in your basement? Like I said, she's just lazy. Was
she looking through your old stuff?
Oh, yes. She likes to look through my old stuff. I can't get her to do anything. I can't get her to empty out the dehumidifier. That would be the simplest task. That would be the least you would ask of a succubus living in your basement.
Well, she's a snoopubus.
A snoopubus?
Yes.
Because she's snooping around in my stuff.
Yeah, because she ain't trying to suck your butt. Yeah. She's just trying to snoop you.
Mm-hmm.
Snoopubus.
She is trying to snoop all up in my bus.
Yep. She sucks, the bus.
No, you know what? Listen. I'm not comfortable saying she sucks.
Why?
Even though she is a succubus.
Why?
And they do suck. I don't know. She's fine.
You love this old succubus. Howell loves the succubus. Howell loves the succubus. He loves a ghoul.
I don't love a ghoul. I don't love the ghoul. I feel like I have a connection with the ghoul.
That's how it starts. The connection. Next thing you know, you're saying, "Dear succubus, how I've missed you.
Yeah.
Won't you lay beside me in my bed of feathers?"
Well, I've said that a few times.
Oh my God.
I've said that a bunch of times.
You're hopeless.
Yeah. She just doesn't seem like she's very good at being a succubus. And I'm terrible at my job. So I feel like we have a lot in common. And like I said before, she is really hot. Like, real hot.
Well, good luck with that. I hope you fall in love with your succubus. She's gonna take your soul. That special soul of yours, she's gonna eat it.
Who doesn't take your soul at the end of the day?
Damn, you're right about that. Toot toot.
Who doesn't just suck a little bit of your soul out and eat it right up?
You're right.
That's just part of life.
YouTube's doing it to us right now.
You might as well give it to a succubus. You're gonna give it to somebody.
Well, let me take one more stab at your ship.
Please do.
H4.
H4 is a miss.
Son of a...
I would love to get a hit before we leave here tonight. Let's see, what am I missing? What area am I not in? How about G3?
Nope.
Wow, what a shame.
How about I4?
I4 is a miss.
This sucks.
It's terrible. What a terrible game. I think maybe we should play video games on here or something.
We should,
You know what I mean? Pull up a little video game window. What do you guys think about that?
You
do like a little Twitch type thing?
I have trouble seeing, Big Al.
That's true. I'm not sure you can see an actual computer screen. All right, what about, God, I feel like I'm just barely missing it everywhere. I9.
No, you have not hit anything at all. The sea spits back your missile, and it comes back to you, back to H6.
H6 is a miss. I'm gonna guess F2.
You've struck nothing. And it bounced the water, and it came back to you, and it came back to I6.
I6 is a hit.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, you got your hit. I'm going to guess A7.
Nothing but net. I mean, nothing.
Yeah. I mean, but net.
Just net.
Yeah.
You hit a fish net.
Net of nothing.
Well, I've got something of yours on fire that I can't wait to continue thinking next week.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Next week, we're probably going to add stuff to this, that, have something over here, you know. It's gonna be...
I don't know. Let's talk about that. We're going to figure that out. I think the set looks pretty cool. If you guys think the set looks pretty cool, you don't have to tell us right now. You can comment later, when you watch this episode tomorrow and the next day, to make sure you caught everything, make sure you caught all the great moments, all the great experiences that there were to be had.
People do that.
I am kind of in love with just the empty void, the mantle, and the moon. It's just kind of a beautiful little scene behind us. And I like it a lot. I think it's a good setting for the show. I think if you'd like us to clutter it up with like I don't know, some Tibetan prayer flags or something back there, go ahead and let us know. Give us a toot toot. And as always, be safe out there. Let us know where you're tooting from over here in the chat. Be sure to like and subscribe. And be sure to let all your friends know that this show's going on, that it's an interactive comedy show.
The fun's in the tooting. You need to be here tooting so that we have something to do on this earth together, because it's a lonely place and not many of us have souls.
Lord, that is true. And on that note, let's say goodbye.
Bye.
Let's walk away into the void.
Oh, that's the new thing.
Let's take off into the void.
I hope I don't die out here.
We're going to, bye y'all. We're going to leave, go into the void. Big Howell and Possum.
Toot toot.